Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll talk about a very useful feature that AWS CLI has for us. Now, this is only available to Unix-like operating system. So if you use any Linux distribution or macOS, then this will be available to you. And let me just quickly demonstrate what I mean. So the autocomplete feature is something like if I were to work with Amazon EC2, and if I type in AWS EC2, and let's say I forget what I need to type next, right? Sometimes we forget, we can't memorize every single feature. But then I have to go back to the documentation and find out the commands that I need to use. Now the autocomplete feature that we will add after this will allow us to press tab twice, and instead of getting the file names that I have on the directory currently, it'll give me the list of available commands that I can put after AWS EC2. And let's demonstrate that. So we have to add a couple of commands. The first command we'll add is echo, and I will include this in the course notes. So don't worry about typing it from the screen, but you can go ahead and do it with me. So complete -c AWS underscore completer space AWS close quote, and we're gonna write this into our bash underscore profile file. Okay, so we have written that. Now we need to source bash underscore profile. Enter. All right, now let's try AWS EC2. I forgot what I need to type, so tab. Okay, now you see there, it says display all 228 possibilities. Right now, I'm just gonna say yes, and it gives me a list of all the commands that I can type. Now, you know, it's especially useful when, for example, AWS EC2 dis, right? So I know I can describe something. So if I say this des, then it'll autocomplete and say describe, and if I keep tabbing, then it gives me a list of more options after describe. So in this way, you know, you can use this in a lot of ways. For example, AWS IAM, right? So tab. So it gives me all 121 possibilities. If I say no, and if I remember there's something called a IAM list, then I'm gonna tab, and gives me possible commands after list. So let's say list groups, or list groups. So there it is. So those are my groups. All right, so in this way you can use the autocomplete command to help you with commands that you forget sometimes. You know, it's a really cool assist that you get from the AWS CLI, and it's very, very useful, and we are going to use that in the future lessons.